guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the first video of 2020. So you know what that means, a little year in review, life update, all that jazz. I've been wanting to do a life update since November, but I held off because I knew this video would be coming. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble on too much, I'm just going to do what I do every year. I'm going to go through every month in 2019. I'll most likely forget things, so I might circle back and then I'll comment on the whole year as a whole. January was when I started my Braille classes. The sad thing about it is now I'm not practicing Braille really at all. I can do grade 1 Braille and I can do a little bit of grade 2, but you know, life got in the way. I still have the Braille machine and the paper, and I've been meaning to get around to ordering the books online but haven't yet. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because it has relevance later on in the year. I started dating someone towards the end of January. No longer with them anymore though, but there is relevance to it. February, it actually boggles my mind to think, but February was the first time I had regionals, and I can't believe that. So last year had been a year since I started swimming, so this year... Parsnip! Parsnip, hello! Slight interruption there, sorry. As I was saying, yeah, this year will be... She's going crazy! Parsnip! You done? I don't know whose wise idea it was to throw her in here, because she's making all the noises. Sorry about that. So yeah, this year will be 2 years since I started swimming, and regionals was my first time last year, so that was really exciting because regionals is the second biggest competition that I can do at the level I'm at just now. Right guys, I have to apologise, I had to get up there and I've got Parsnip on my lap because I think Stark's out a walk, so I'm going to keep her up here because it's the only way I'm going to keep her relatively quiet. Yes. So, try and ignore her. March, when I'm actually thinking back, it seems like it was ages ago all of these things happened, but March was actually when I got my seahorse tattoo, and it was also the month I went to see Panic at the Disco, and it seems like forever ago that happened. And then April is when I had nationals, which is the biggest swimming competition at my level that I can participate in. I was so nervous that I nearly had a panic attack because there was a girl there who's been in the Paralympics like twice, and nationals is just for people who have physical disabilities, so that was an interesting change of pace as well. Now this is why I mentioned the guy I was dating in January, because May was quite an important month for me. May was the first time I went away on an overnight stay with just me and one other person, being that guy. I've never done anything like that before, especially with my level of sight. The times I have gone away, it's been with like an organisation or other people, but this was just me and this guy organising it, so that was a massive independence thing. You know, I'm no longer with him anymore though, but it was still, it was a good experience for me. I don't think in May, obviously I had my Edinburgh Half Marathon, which was, the race itself was enjoyable, the travelling was not, but I have that vlog if you want to go and watch it. June, nothing really happened, didn't go on holiday this year due to other commitments and whatnot. In July, I don't think anything much happened. You know, June, July and August, the summer was very, very quiet, nothing really happened. And in September, that's when things started to you know, get exciting again. So that was the month I had my long weekend in Birmingham, which was a really good weekend for me because before I went, I was really struggling with mental health and I really didn't want to go. And people were encouraging me to go, and I'd say, because it was Friday to Monday, Friday and I'd say maybe 80% of Saturday I just wasn't myself. Oh, parsnip, you just drooled on me. But I'm so glad I went because I met some nice people and I had an awesome time and I got to go to Cadbury World, so it was an amazing experience. I also done my Glasgow half marathon, so I had 2 half marathons last year, which was a first for me. This one was different because running with Derek, again, I've got the vlog up on my channel, was not as fit for that one as I thought I was, but I've learned my lesson. Now October, you know how you've got one of those months that just changes your whole year. October was probably one of the best months of the year. Best month of the year? Yeah, that made sense. Mostly because on the 7th of October I met my boyfriend, and without sounding too cringy or whatnot, he changed my life. And I'm not joking, he changed my life. He gave me a social life, you know, for numerous reasons. When I met him, after I lost my sight and I broke up with my ex of 4 years, I thought I wasn't ever going to feel that way about another person again because I thought it was a sight thing. But then when I met him, I realised that's not the case at all. And I realised that I never ever wanted to be away from him, and I was over the moon that I could still feel that strongly about another human being. He gave me so much, you know. In October, at the end of the month, we went out for Halloween, and I've never done anything for Halloween as an adult. You know, we just went out drinking, but I don't care. It was nice having a social life. It was nice to actually start living the life of a 24-year-old and not, you know, a 42-year-old or possibly even older. November was relatively quiet. I should say in September as well, that was the first swimming competition I had after the summer, and my times just split in half. Like, my times were amazing. Still doing 25 front, back and breast, but I just need to shave 2 more seconds off my front to be doing 50. Again, if you want a more in detail sports video, let me know, because I'd love to film it. November was relatively quiet, and in December was a jam-packed month as well. Again, I had Yule Ball. That's the first time because of my boyfriend, that's the first time I've ever had an experience like that, because I never went to prom at school because I never had any friends at school. I hated school. It was one of the worst times of my life, but we won't get into that. So he's given me a life that a 24-year-old should have, and I'm like eternally grateful for it. It was the first time I actually got to spend Christmas with a boyfriend. Yes, I was really unwell. I had a sickness bug in the early hours of Christmas morning, so I was really unwell, and the plan was he was going to come to mine, I was going to go back to his and spend Boxing Day with his family, but that didn't happen because I was unwell. But you still really enjoyed ourselves regardless, and I spent New Year's with him, and it was just really nice to have him come to my family's house on New Year's Day for dinner, because again, when I was in a long distance relationship, these things couldn't happen, and I'll never take them for granted. So 2019 was a stable year. You know, up until October, things were pretty stable, pretty normal, you know, some good points, but you like a stable year. A stable year's good. Wasn't a bad year. How is 2020 looking for me? Well, 2020, let's be honest, I think 2020 is going to be one of the best years of my life. So there's 3 huge milestones already that could possibly happen. Obviously one is for sure, which is I'm doing I'm doing my first marathon in May, which is the Rock and Roll Liverpool Marathon, 24th of May. Mark it in your diaries. I know, I've got it in my diaries. You know, I've started, not officially started the training, but I've started, you know, trying to get my fitness up for longer runs. I'm doing that with Derek. Really nervous, really excited. That's, you know, 100% confirmed. That's happening, unless something happens to me, but let's not say that. I have been applying to go to uni full time to study social work. So pending I get a place, fingers crossed, I'll be starting that in September, which is super exciting. And the other thing, now my boyfriend says it will happen, he just doesn't know when it happens. Me, I don't want to come on here and tell you guys that it's 100% happening, because we don't even have an official date or month planned. But hopefully this year I'm going to get to go to Disneyland Paris for the first time ever, which is a big dream in itself for me, because I have always wanted, I've never been to Disneyland Paris. It'll be my first time going to Disney being blind, but also since I've been 18 I've always wanted to go to a Disney with a boyfriend. Now the dream is to go to Disney World, but don't have the money for that, but this is still pretty exciting. So yeah, lots of exciting, those are the big 3 milestones. So 2019 was stable, calm, happy. I think 2020 is going to be boom! It's going to be a really jam-packed, awesome year. Absolutely awesome. So watch this space, because only good things can happen. I hope you guys had a safe, happy new year and a safe, happy 2019. And me and Parsnip will see you in the future. You going to say goodbye? Oh, now you go quiet.